Hey everybody, the Johnny Cage here, welcoming you back to some more of Let's Play Donkey Kong Country 2, the finale, actually. And without further ado, let's get right into Screech's Sprint. Now this level, if you played this game, there's no doubt you remember this level, because this level is kind of insane, but I would say with a little bit of practice, it's actually not as bad as I recall it being, that's for sure. But the beginning part actually might be harder than the race itself, because you constantly have to do these moves where you have to do like pixel perfect jumps over thorn bushes. You have to do the cartwheel into the jump, which isn't hard to do, but I think that's one of the few times you actually really have to do it in the game. Come up here, dodge these little bird, falcon, vultures, that's what they are, that's it. And then bring out Dixie just for her hair in this part, and well, that's not good. Okay, let's quickly get over here. Jeez. Alright, well, we've turned into Squawks, and that's the important part, because here we go. Here's the infamous race against Screech. Now, I always get up to the front here real quick so I can just go as quickly as possible. I love the way that he controls. It's really easy. Just smash B to get some altitude, and then if you push down on the D-pad, he'll descend really quickly. He moves just really well. The only times you really have to slow down are when you're encountering these bees. Sometimes you can get by them, sometimes not so much. But other than that, you just have to know exactly when to make these turns, like just go all the way down here and then back up. This part can get a little tricky when you have to navigate through here, but keep in mind that with the thorn bushes, you have a lot of leeway. You can pretty much be touching them, but you won't actually die from them. The bees, on the other hand, holy crap, man. If one pixel from the bees is touching you, I swear you're dead already, so just forget about it. But otherwise, just fly through the parts where you can literally fly through and then slow down when you have to slow down. I think that myself and probably many others just really got it in your head that, oh my gosh, Screech is going to be so fast and destroy you, but in fact he moves at a fairly just solid pace. Of course he can go through all the obstacles in his way, but he's really pretty slow all in all. So just slow down when you have to and go fast when you can. That's it, and you should be able to beat it without any problem. I remember it being so much harder though, and maybe it's easier said than done, I'm not sure, but it didn't take me more than a few practice tries yesterday. Same with this fight right here, up against King K. Rool. He's a pirate now, like maybe he's no longer a king. No, wow, really abusing Donkey Kong there. Jeez, I'd hate to see what they do when I'm not looking. But anyhow, this guy's gonna be pretty straightforward. You kind of beat him in 3 parts. Once you hit him 3 times, he'll fake fall down, and then you gotta fight him again in a different kind of routine. But that's shot 1 of 9 already right there. And you'll do a lot of this going back and forth, much like you did in the first game, but I like this fight a lot more. It's just got a lot more to it. It doesn't have the fake ending, though. The fake ending in the first one was really a nice touch. But otherwise, just kind of stand there and
because when I played this game when I was younger, I used to use Dixie all the time because of her hair and her ability to, float in the air for a long period of time. But seriously, I just really love the play control on Diddy that much more. So there we go, taking him down to a 3rd, and then we get a DK barrel in case you need it. Now the I don't know, sad part, bad part about the DK barrel is the fact that after this slew of cannonballs, which you can actually duck there. That's one of the few times ducking is not useless. But the DK barrel goes away, and it's just ridiculous, I think. I mean, I know I don't want to gather up a bunch of DK barrels there when I really need them, but come on, can't just one stay there? I earned that DK barrel after all. But that is not the way old school gaming goes. If you didn't need it, you had your chance. Now you gotta go and you gotta kill this guy with more cannonballs. And watch out for when he shoots the cannonball too, because it will get progressively faster, and he fires one right at the end, as you're pretty much killing him, and I have died on that one before, and it's gotta be one of the most, just undignified ways to die in any game. As it would be whenever you're fighting a final boss, and you get that final hit in, and they get that final hit in as well. Oh my god, that is just excruciating, really it is. But anyhow, moving right along, whenever you see the barrel come out of there, make sure to grab it, and don't get too close to him, because even if you get within a reasonable distance to him, you'll kind of freeze up, your eyes will bug out, and then he'll hit you with your shotgun, or his shotgun, or blunderbuss, if I want to be exact about it. But here's the final part of him, which, ooh, starts going slow. Oh, this is kind of cool, actually, because now he starts going invisible, and this one is completely invisible, and you just gotta go by the little dashes on the ground, which is kind of cool. I like that. A little nice touch. But this is the only part where I actually use Dixie, because you have to jump over these
weird, I don't know, clouds of gas that kind of look like they have faces on them. It's really kind of morbid almost. I don't know, something out of Doom almost. If it was blood, then definitely would be. Oh, what the hell was I thinking there? Jeez, really misjudged that one. Come on, you and your cannonball. Boom! Alright, so what is that? One more left? Oh yeah, one more. This is the hardest one though. Even if you got Dixie, you can't jump over all three of these. And hopefully oh damn, I didn't time it right. Uh-oh. Okay, so now my controls are opposite. And this is his final craziness. Oh my god, he got me already. Damn, controls being opposite. Oh, well, you know what? I'm not going to cut that out. We're only 5.5 minutes in. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going, give it another try, although that was the final shot, pretty much. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing to watch right there. So what's going on in the news? I like how I just talked about the fight completely, and now I have nothing else to talk about. But I like this fight a lot more than in the first one, at least. I'll give him that. So it is a fun fight to do. I remember playing the first game in the King K. Rool fight. That I died like, oh my god, like 4 or 5 times throughout that fight. If you go back and watch the fight, actually, it doesn't even have the fake credit scroll in it because I died so many times. I just cut it out because it seemed like it was just completely unnecessary. Why does the back one have to be? Seriously, I knew that would happen. Why does the back one have to be the one that gets de-spikefied? Doesn't even make sense. Ugh, so now you gotta do it again. And what's gonna make it even more interesting is now he's gonna be from the opposite side throughout the rest of the fight, which almost adds a different element of challenge to it. Just because now it's all coming from a different angle, I guess? I don't know. But it's something different. It's a mirror match of sorts. Speaking of mirror matches, that suddenly reminded me of Mortal Kombat, which reminded me of the game Injustice Gods Among Us. Did I talk about this a couple days ago? Because I got the chance to play it briefly, and it's from the same people that made Mortal Kombat, but it's got all DC characters in it. If I did talk about this, I'll just make it brief, because that's really all I got to say about it anyway. I didn't get to play it too long, but if you played the new Mortal Kombat that came out, well, a couple of years ago now, so it's hardly new, but it had an amazing story to it, and the same can be said for this DC game. It really makes you wish that they were going to come out with a Justice League Justice Heroes. That would be, that sounds just as lame. But really makes you wish that they come out with a Justice League movie. But I don't know how likely that is to happen. First of all, I don't know a lot about DC characters, but it seems to me like a lot of the licenses for these guys are scattered. Oh, seriously, I did it again, but with Diddy that time. Jesus. It seems like a lot of licenses are scattered throughout a number of different people, so it would be difficult to make a movie of that magnitude, as where with Marvel, Stan Lee owns most of them, so it's not really a big deal to ever make a Marvel movie. Speaking of which, I really want to go see Iron Man 3. I might still be home, actually, for that, to get a chance to see it, but we'll see. My work of on this cruise ship is all screwed up right now. I've been trying to send emails back and forth. I really don't know what's happening. I know I can get back on another boat, but I'm almost in the position now where I'm like, I kind of want to start looking for another job, because I can't stay, seriously, I've got so many bills piling up, I just cannot afford to stay at home. And then worse, they wanted me to do all this medical and pay and do these fees for these forms to get on one ship that goes out to Hawaii that only has an American crew on it, and you have to get all new like forms filled out. It's a real pain in the ass. And I'm like, if you're not putting me on a ship, why am I going to fill out these forms and pay another couple $100 to, do that when you guys aren't even going to put me on a ship at all? So, I don't know. It's my frustration. A little bit of venting right there, but this is how you do it. That's how you jump over the purple clouds. Yeah. But I guess on the upside, if I did have to get a different job, at least I would be here, being able to do Let's Plays again, which would be pretty fun. Gotta say, I've been enjoying these past few days doing this. I really want to start a new game, because it kind of feels, like when you've been away for a while, because I did that one time before where I went away for a month, and then I had to pick up both Super Mario RPG and Lufia, and you just kind of want to play a new game. You kind of want to start fresh, but I'd hate to leave a game unfinished, although I'm guessing that's how Crystalis is going to end up. But hey, there we go! In mid-speak, we forgot about that. I love this part, though. Donkey Kong's like, BAM! Uppercut! And then you get, like, these Mortal Kombat 3, like, spikes dropping down, like when you blow somebody up in Mortal Kombat 3. He must have been pissed. Oh, and then he gets eaten by sharks. Oh, what a painful death. But he had it coming. He was beating the shit out of Donkey Kong. Seriously, that's like Ving Rhames in freaking Pulp Fiction. He just went all medieval on his ass. No words, just punishment. And then we got Cranky. Oh, you rescued the lazy grandson of mine and dumped K. Rool in his own filthy swamp. Not bad for a novice. I'm old. Of course. if I'd been playing, I'd have made sure that K. Rool never tries cheap tricks like this again. Oh no, I never would allow it. I would have eaten his brains. Oh, that got dark, Rinky. That got dark. I reckon I'd found all the Creme coins and completed this so-called Lost World. Yeah, I didn't get to the Lost World aspect of it, and it just seems like it would be a waste of time to go there now. If you go to Clubba, the green guy with the big club, give him 15 Creme coins to go to the Lost World, but if you die there, you get sent out of there, and you gotta pay him again to get back in, and there are some really, really tough levels. I've only completed the first one ever, and here's him for shaming me for only getting 8 DK coins. And we get to see, hey, Mario's number 1, and Yoshi's number 2, Link number 3. They all look so weird, though. Link doesn't have a face. It's like CDI Link, only much better than CDI Link. And, I don't know, something looks off about Mario, too. He's got, like, this pinkness, like he's bloated or something. It's full of some sort of, like, I don't even know what. Yoshi looks pretty good, actually. He looks like that could be a genuine model for some sort of a Yoshi game that never happened. But, oh well. Are they making a new Yoshi game? I actually remember. It's gonna be kind of like it's kind of like Kirby's Epic Yarn. I want to say it's kind of gonna be kind of like that, but it's just a standalone Yoshi title, which we haven't seen in forever. So that's cool to see him getting work. You know, it's about time some of those guys really got some extra awesome games all to themselves. You know, even Luigi, even though I think Luigi is as lame as most people do, but you know, give him his mansion. Just give him something. He deserves it. And we get our ridiculous cast of characters coming by. Cat and Ninetales. God, that guy's a pain in the ass. Especially at the beginning of that sprint stage. Oh man, he killed me so many times. You didn't get to see an example of that, thank goodness, but that guy, watch out for him in that part. Pro tip of the day, watch out for him. And Zingers. Yeah, look at them all zinging around. I like Bezos better. That should have been their name. Screech, look at him, so menacing. Yeah, but he doesn't fly a lot faster than that in the race, so really don't have to worry about it. Submerged Sea Dogs. When I first saw that, I was like, where are they? I thought it was actually the name of, like, an enemy, and I was like, oh, they're submerged, so you can't see them. But, oh, wait, they're all the aquatic enemies. That makes a little bit more sense. Oh, good old Pooftoop. Ah, that's a wonderful name for a blowfish. Pooftoop. And Lockjaw. If I ever get a blowfish, that's what I'll name it, although that seems really dangerous. I mean, I'm all for having pets that are all spiky. I mean, I take care of 2 cacti, which are my best buddies in the world. Not really. That would sound really sad if it was true. But, yeah, I love taking care of stuff that's all spiky and seems to hurt you for some reason. Klinger. Yeah, he's clinging alright. Look at that. Look at that. He's clinging. Kaboing. More like kaboom. It looks so out of place when they're just, like, gradually moving across like that. That's just the clamp-on. Or like the tampon. Haha! Yeah, that would have been funny if I was 10 years old. Yeah. Doing it for the kids. Crook. He's cool. He looks like Bane with that friggin' sweater on. Whatever it is. Cutlass. With his dual swords are way too big. Did you see those swords? They were as big as he was. I've been on like a Pulp Fiction kick lately. That's a great movie though, just to watch in a random spurts when you have nothing better to do. That and Lord of the Rings trilogy, oh man. Watch those all day long. I really shouldn't, but I've really gone to that point. Or sometimes you'll just like be sitting there waiting to have to go to work or something. You have like 15 minutes left, and it's like, what should I do? I don't really want to play a game. I only have 15 minutes. I'll just watch like 15 minutes of Lord of the Rings. You know, that's actually the best way to watch them nowadays, in my opinion. But there's Clubba Lang, as I like to call him. The barnacled bosses. Crow, look at him. He's not very menacing. When they move real slow like that, they don't look menacing at all. Cleaver's just trying way too hard. He's way too hard to be menacing. And Cudgel, that's the one I like to call Clubba Lang. It's because he's black. Get it? The King Zing. He was pretty easy. Actually, all the rest of the bosses, other than Captain K. Rool, were really quite easy in this game. So I guess that's a pretty, nice to have a hard boss fight towards the end. Is it hard? I don't know. Fighting him in the Lost levels, I've seen Nintendo Capri Sun do that. Oh, that looked just painful. So, yeah, all the more reason not to do those levels, I suppose. Ungard, Rattly. Rattly's the name of the snake, huh? He's really useful. Much more useful than the frog is in the first Donkey Kong. Squitter. Yeah, mildly useful. How was his name, Squitter? That's weird. Clapper, most positive guy in the whole game. He just loves his job, man. He really does. Squawks, awesome play control. Really, just, I don't even know what to say. Awesome? Yeah, I'll just say awesome again. Really awesome, buddy. Glimmer, thanks for saving us in that 1 level, Glimmer. Really appreciate it. You got the 1. Well, wasn't Squawks? He was only in 1 level in the first Donkey Kong Country. And he was just holding a lamp for you. So they kind of like switched jobs. Does Glimmer have any importance in Donkey Kong Country 3? Because that would be funny if they like just have like this hierarchy where it just moves on from one to another. And speaking of Donkey Kong Country 3, I guess this is a good time to talk about future games. I really don't plan on playing Donkey Kong Country 3. I have next to no experience with it. I rented it when it first came out way back in the day, but I maybe beat the first world in it, maybe. Yeah, it just wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not a huge fan of Dixie or that weird retarded baby that they made up in the third one. I mean, Diddy is really where it's at. He's got to be the best of the apes, in my opinion. So if it doesn't have him, I'm not game for it, unfortunately. But there's lots of stuff that I'm considering in the near future. I might be home for a week or longer, as I just ranted about previously. So I'm kind of thinking what I want to play next, and I'm not sure exactly. I have something that's just like a little one-off video planned, kind of like it's going to be an episode of the Game Cage. It's not going to be as heavily edited as my previous episodes of the Game Cage have been, which I really love doing, but it takes forever to do, you know, hours on end. Why don't these guys have their first names showing? Why is that so hard to do? That's got to be a Japanese thing. Well, maybe not, though. Because at the same, you know, it probably is, but like look at the Mega Man games. Like they have like Yuki-chan's Papa is the name. They should just have ridiculous names rather than just their first initial and then, you know, whatever else after that. A lot of Americans, too. Overly well for the game testing. Wow, that's actually kind of strange. I don't know. Anyhow, I guess that's when we're making a big transition over to Nintendo of America from just doing stuff out of Japan. That makes sense, though. I mean, it was 1995 by now, so, yeah, things were a-changing. These times were a-changing. Manual, Nintendo Power, represent! Yeah! Story by L. Loveday. That's awesome. Oh, I love this special thanks here, because you got Mr. Lincoln. Thank you, Abraham Lincoln, for making this game come true. If it was not for him and the Emancipation Proclamation, we would never have had Donkey Kong Country 2. And it shall forever be known in the history books. But anyhow, so I don't really know what game I want to play. I'm thinking of just doing something simple. Kind of getting my feet wet, doing some live commentary versus having to do post-commentary, because I prefer that a lot more, and I think most people do. It really just captures the moment more so than, like, acting out of frustration when you get hit, and yeah, I think that's, like, the major reason people prefer live to post-commentary, but, you know, some people are just happy with the new video coming up. I know I am, whenever I see videos from my favorite YouTubers come up, so it could be either or. Presented by Nintendo. So there you go, guys. The end. And this has been the Johnny Cage. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Please subscribe, like, and comment if you have not. And I'll talk to all of you awesome people tomorrow.